the channel. Today I have a book review, kind of flip through of my latest book. It's Magical Sachet Powders, 100 Spell Powders to Use in Your Magical Practice. So it looks like that. So there's 100 spell powders in here. And I thought I would just kind of go through it and kind of, tell you what's in it. So in the beginning, I just have my little thank you page, and then it goes into a bit about sachet powders and what they are and, how you use them. And then it talks a little bit about different ways of using them. So dressing candles, using them as like dusting powders, hot foot powder is a prime example of a dusting powder. You're going to sprinkle it somewhere. You can use them in mojo and sachet bags, however you choose to call a sachet bag. You can use them in floor washes, petitions, and I just kind of go through, different ways of using them. And then I talk a little bit about safety and respect for the craft. And then it goes into gathering your materials, things that you'll need. Obviously, you'll need your mortar and pestle or a coffee grinder, something to grind up the herbs. You're going to need your herbs themselves, and then your receptacle that you're going to put them in, a glass jar, however you store them. And then I kind of give you some common additions to powders that you can add to each one of your powders. So herbs, roots and barks, minerals, and resins. You can use powdered crystals if you have that. You could use colored sand and mica. Mica powder is a natural colorant. You could pretty much get it anywhere now, but it has, they come in a variety of beautiful colors, and it kind of gives it a pearlescent shine, which if you're using color magic, it's a really good additive to use because you can really get vibrant colors out of it. But you can use colored sand or mica powder for any color correspondences. So I give you the basics of how you're going to make the powder by setting your intention. You're going to cleanse your space. You're going to set your intention, and you're going to grind up all of your herbs, whether that be in a mortar and pestle or a coffee grinder. You're still going to be thinking about your intention as you're making the powder. And then you're going to store it in your storage jar or whatever vessel you're putting it in, and then you're going to label it clearly. So I kind of give basic instructions on how to make a powder. You want to check it occasionally for mold and any type of moisture. You must use dried herbs for this, otherwise your powder will mold and then go bad, and you'll have to all of your work will be wasted because you'll have to throw it away. You can use magical timing. I do give different phases of the moon and days of the week that you can use for specific intentions. And then I get into, which I like to put in all of my books, some basic herb intentions. So it looks like this. And it just goes through basic intentions and I give you a list of herbs that could go with those intentions. So abundance, attraction and drawing, happiness, healing, love, money and wealth, protection, success, commanding, truth, compelling, seduction, domination, hexbreaker, stop gossip, reversing friendship, and those are just some basic herbs that you could use to, if you find a spell that's in here and you don't have an ingredient that's in it, you can refer back to this little section that gives you basic correspondences, and you can kind of change things as needed. it's just it's a really quick reference guide for you to refer back to, so you don't have to get another book out and look. I just wanted to give you that little snippet so you kind of have everything you would need to adapt any of the powders in here to your own working if you needed. So it's a little cheat sheet you could use to, change out any of the herbs if you needed to or wanted to. And I highly suggest that you kind of use my spells as a jumping point to create your own spells. So you can kind of use mine as a basis, and then pick and choose a few things to change out if you want, or you can use it directly as I have it. My spells I try to make very simple with ingredients that you could find very easily. But I always encourage you to change things if you don't feel like they're right. So, and then we're going to get into the recipe portion. So I have black salt, dragon fire powder, muddy powder, easy street powder, speeded up powder. So if you don't know what a speeded up powder, it's just a powder you're going to add to a different working that's going to make it happen faster. So it's really great for if you're looking for a new job, you want a promotion and it's taking forever, something that's taking a long time and you want it to happen a little bit faster, that's powder that you could use for that. So Hands of a Rich Man, Banishing Powder, Return to Center Powder, Road Opener. I'm not going to say powder every time. Obviously, these are all powders, so I don't want to sit there and repeat myself the entire time. It gets annoying to you guys listening and to myself. So, Blockbuster, Prosperity, Business Success, Protection, Crown of Success, Manifestation, Employment, Good Health, Lunar. So that's anything that any working that you're doing with the moon phases, you can use this powder for. Uncrossing, Passion, Love, and these are different. So self-love, Creativity, Success, Desire Me, New Moon. So this is for new moon workings. Fast Luck, Commanding. So any type of commanding type of working or domination, you could use that. Do As I Say, also same, any type of domination working. Home Protection, Protection Fire. Goofer Dust. And if you don't know what that is, it's to sicken or harm an enemy. It's I try to give you a balance of both sides of workings on magic. So you do what you need to do, and I have no qualms with you doing hexes or anything like that. Always protect yourself is what I have to say, but if you need to do it, then you do it. Come to Me, Protective Ward. So this is going to be used to do like the perimeters of your house, in front of your I like to do it on the outsides of my doors. So my front door and my back door on the outside. I do it in window seals. So things like that. Protective wards around your house. You could do protective wards around your vehicles if you have your vehicle broke into a lot. I know a lot of neighborhoods are not very safe. And there's so many bad things happening these days. But you could put this, like sprinkle it around the perimeter of where you park your car. Although if it's on the street, you're going to have to do it more frequently than you would if it's just around your house. But that's something you could do. You could sprinkle it in the floorboards of your car. So it just adds a protective ward. Personal power. This is to add for any workings that you're doing for personal power, personal improvement, anything like that. You could use this powder for that. Healing powder, Peace and Harmony powder, Domination, Hot Love. And Hot Love it's like the Passion powder, but it's for sex and passion workings. So it's a little bit fiery than just the regular passion powder, so it's going to spice things up. Full moon Lucifer. So Lucifer powder is for humbling a proud person or a narcissistic person. Cut and Clear, Hexbreaker, Friendship, Purification, Crossing the Veil. So this is for any type of spirit or ancestor work. You could use it on your ancestor altar as like a offering if you would like. You could use it for any type of spell work, that you're doing with any type of spirit or working with your ancestors. Or if you're working with a spirit board or a Ouija board or whatever, you could use it during those sessions if you would like. Aphrodite powder, Stalker powder. So this is for Stalker powder. Stalker powder is used for anyone who's bothering you to make them go away. Anyone who you have, has tried to make advances and you've told them no and they just keep coming. This is a really good one for that. Hotfoot powder. Everybody knows what hotfoot powder is. Legal assistance, happiness, hot sex. This is strictly for sex workings, so it's not going to be necessarily for love, but any type of, if you're single and you don't have someone, this will draw someone in for that specific purpose. If your relationship is kind of fizzled out and it's not happening as much as it used to, this will help with that. Seduction, sexual energy. So this is going to be to amp up your sexual energy is what that's for. Abundance, calming, binding, clarity, attraction. So keep in mind, any attraction powder does not have to strictly be for love. This powder is for anything you want to attract to you. So that could be love, it could be money, it could be a new job, it could be friendship. It's anything that you want to bring to you. This powder specifically is not for love. It is for attraction, to attract whatever it is that you want to you. So it's very versatile. I would recommend, having it always in your apothecary because you always need some attraction. Lust, compelling, Four Thieves. So Four Thieves is used for cleansing negativity, protection, banishing, and healing. It's kind of your one-stop shop for cleansing and protecting. So you could use it during your monthly cleansings, weekly cleansings, things like that. Reversing, grounding, bitch be gone. So this is to make anyone that's bothering you go away. It's really great for homewreckers, or just anyone who's interfering with your relationship. Sun. So this is for any type of working that you want to use the sun energy. It never gets used as much as the moon, so always keep that in mind. The sun is very powerful, so Follow Me, Money Magnet, Ghost Banish, With Me Only, Sleep Well, Forever Love. So this is for long-term relationships, marriages. It's helped to make your love last longer. Longevity of your love. Relationship. And this could be used for any type of relationship, not just a love type of relationship. Reconciliation, Steady Work, Fame and Fortune. So fame and fortune attracts people to you. really, really great for job interviews, or anything that you want to outshine other people for. Shut your mouth. So this is obviously a stop gossip. Drying, astral travel protection, fertility, fidelity, longevity. So this is for any type of working where you're trying to extend whatever the intention is. So if you have a relationship that you want to, extend the longevity of it, if you have a job, let's say maybe you got hired on as a temp worker at this job and you really like it and you want to keep it, you could use this longevity powder with, whatever working you're using for this, and it will help extend your longevity for keeping that job. Wish powder for any type of wishing or manifesting. Job attraction, business protection, back to school. So this is really great for kids going back to school. Everything's, you've kind of been gone for the summer and things are a little unsettled. You're going back to school. My kid used to get the worst jitters about things going back to school for the first day, and this kind of helps just everything go smoothly. So I have a candle working that I use this with, and I use this powder and then maybe a success oil, and it really just helps make that transition back to school go as easy and smooth and uneventful as possible. Because at the first day back, that's what you want. You want uneventful. You don't want to have anything standing out. You don't want to be drawing attention to yourself in any way. Kids are like that. So that's a really great one for that. And I never really see anybody talk about that. Going back to school is really hard. Starting a new school, you could use it for that too. If you've moved and your kid's starting a new school, this would be a really great spell for that. So if you guys want me to do that spell or talk you through it, more than likely, because I don't have my youngest graduated this last year, so I don't have any more first days. But if you would like me to talk you through this spell, leave me a comment and I will add that to my schedule. So let's see. Reveal the truth, love and communication, exorcism. So this is going to be it's not good on its own, but it is great to add to a full-blown exorcism type of working where you're doing a massive cleansing and you're going to cleanse and you're going to protect to try and get rid of a spirit that you don't want. So this is a great additive for that. Usually if you're doing like an exorcism type of thing, you're not going to be able to just do a simple little thing. You're going to have to do something big and dramatic to push that spirit out and then protect. So, and then we're going to get into the elemental powders. So I have earth, fire, water, and air. And then I have all of the Sabbats. So Samhain, Yule, Imbolc, Ostara, Beltane, Letha, Lunasa, and Mabon. And then I have the conclusion. Just tying everything together, my final thoughts. So I wanted to go through this with you and kind of tell you what was in the book so you know if it's something that you like. It will be linked below. It is on Amazon. And I like to, try and pack as much in my books as I possibly can for you guys and give you as much information as possible. This is my second book, so I feel it has more information than my first book. So I may revamp my first book and add more information into it and then republish it as a second edition. But I am really proud of this one, and it looks like that. So if you're interested, it is linked below, and I will see you next time. Bye!